Hey everybody, it's Brandon from the Conservationist Conversationalist. I'm back with another dessert because my dinners, they're pretty simple, and one day maybe I'll make one, but I'm sure you wouldn't find them that exciting. So here it goes. This is a oatmeal chocolate chip sort of mashup of sorts. I don't believe in labels for dessert, so I'm just going to call it that. Okay, so before I show you the ingredients, because by the way, that's probably the most important part of a recipe is the ingredients. You can go into it blind. It's fun. It's a challenge. It's crazy, but you probably come up with totally different food. But you know, hey, you do you. So I do want to give some credit to that. This is a variation of a recipe on that I've seen on busybcake.com. Don't want this to go without giving her credit. She's got some really great stuff, some inspiration recipe wise, and so yeah. So I don't want this to go without giving some credit. Our old friend Earth Balance Vegan Buttery Sticks. I use these so much they should just sponsor me. That was a shameless plug. Organic light brown sugar. This is by Wholesome, and Wholesome is good. And we got some Pasha rice milk chocolate chips. Of course, this is all for people who are on the vegan diet. Applesauce, which is a sauce from, I do believe it's apples. Let's see, we got baking powder, we got baking soda, and a little backstory on this. My mom was actually shopping with me today, and she asked me if I should mark down the difference, and I said no, because the recipe calls for both. Who's going to tell the difference between a tablespoon or two? So I have no idea which one's which. And you know what? I suggest to keep things interesting. Maybe you shouldn't either. So yeah, do it like Brandon does it. Got some oat flour, and you can make your own oat flour, but if you're like me and you don't want to take that time and you have very limited tools and stuff to use, just I've got this in bulk at the local co-op, and yeah, so oat flour, but it's not gluten-free, just so everybody knows, in case you are on a gluten-free diet. Rolled oats, important, old-fashioned oats, rolled oats, and then of course some organic cane sugar. Very important if you have a sweet tooth, and God knows I do. Gonna preheat the oven to 350. Speaking of which, so in my last recipe video, somebody who shall go nameless, somebody I know, a family member even, critiqued my last recipe video because I called this an oven and not a stove, which it is, and of course the oven is down below. So, you know, I should have known that, and back in somewhere in this noggin I did know that. But you know, old habits die hard. Don't claim to be a genius in the kitchen, and that's apparent, I think, very, very apparent. So yeah, but that is worth noting, because if I turn the stove on right now, thinking it was the oven, I'm leaning back on it, I'd be burned, and you don't want to be burned. Alright, so put your brown sugar, your cane sugar, your butter, and your applesauce all into one bowl. And you know what you're going to do next? You're going to beat it. Beat it. As much as I can sing the song, or I will get in trouble for copyright laws. And you guys will probably turn the video off. So, pro tip, if you cleaned your kitchen like I did before this, I cleaned my kitchen for you guys. If you clean your kitchen before, measure over the sink. Things can get messy. And that way you don't ruin your recently clean kitchen. But yeah, so I've put the oat flour, most of it obviously is on my face, but got the oat flour and the rolled oats together. Now this is where the fun part comes in, because guess what we're back to? Our good friends of baking soda and baking powder. I have no idea which one's which, so we're just gonna have to just take a guess. That seems about right. Why not? Who likes chocolate? I like chocolate. You like chocolate. Everybody likes chocolate. And you know what? We're going to put a whole rest of the bag in there. Don't measure. Measuring is something the government told us to do. We don't have to do it. Don't worry about measuring. Alright, so now we're going to put this lovely mixture in with this mixture. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to mix all those together. Alright, so whip that up together all nice so it's all combined. You know the drill. And after this, we're going to find, you know, any sort of pan we can put in the oven. and we're gonna bake it. So while we're waiting for that to come out of the oven, and which, you know, my oven is obviously magic, so that'll happen right after this portion of the video is over. But I'd like to give a shout out to Everything Vegan, where I got this super cool shirt. And it's, as you can see, Hail Satan, go vegan. It's great. It's one of my favorite shirts. So yeah, go visit everythingvegan.com and get yourself one of these shirts. And they got lots of other great shirts there too. They have everything from anti-aquarium captivity shirts to save the bees and much, much more. And don't forget to eat the batter. All one of the great parts. So after it's done baking up, you can always melt a little hot chocolate, get a little bit, you know, crafty here, and drizzle it on. Of course, that's not really a drizzle for me, that's a glob, but you'll probably be better at it than I am. And basically, you can do what I do, put it in the fridge for a little bit, chill it a bit, and then you're ready to eat it. Thank you once again for joining me on In the Kitchen with the Conservationist Conversationalist. And make sure to check out the podcast as well. This week, we had a special midweek episode featuring Johnny Mia from the UK. And he is the executive producer of Inside the Tanks, a brand new free, that's right, free. When people say you can't get anything for free, Johnny and the crew decided, hey, we're going to have this documentary available for free on YouTube. Can I say free again? And it tackles the anti-captivity, pro-captivity debate when it comes to cetaceans, orcas, dolphins, and the such. So check that out, and check out my interview with him on the podcast, Conservationist Conversationalist, on iTunes, SoundCloud, Podomatic. Check them all out. I'll have the links down below. And yeah, great interview with him, so check it out. And yeah, remember, everything in my recipe is for the vegan diet. So, but if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll be glad to talk to you about it. And thank you once again for watching.